Shalom, shalom. We start in a few seconds. Shalom Aleichem. Good evening. Shalom, shalom to all of you. Shalom to Habanita Dasa. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to Habi Ikeshuku. Habi Eliyahu Media. Shalom, shalom, Habanit Catherine. Shalom, shalom, Habi Moshe Wolf. Shalom, shalom, Rabbeinu. Many years. I hope you're doing well. Bezrat Hashem.
Shalom, shalom, peace, Rabbi. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom,
Shalom.
Love
shalom.
you.
Love you too, Rabbi. And shalom also to Chief Rabbi Shai Moshe. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, we will
Shalom, shalom.
continue. Shalom, shalom, Rabbeinu. We'll continue our discovery. Now, let's say our digging. The way we dig in order to give more and more strength, more and more power, more and more information, more and more knowledge, more and more wisdom, more and more understanding to all our brothers, to all our sisters. I know Rabbeinu, I know Rabbeinu. To all our sisters who basically are very ignorant about their own identity, about who they are, about their heritage, about their history, and about the connection with the Torah that was the spirituality of their ancestors. When I'm talking like this, talk about the Bantu Israelites, no matter where they are.
Shalom,
North
shalom,
America.
Rabbi.
Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Yochanan. Shalom, shalom. In South America, in North America, in Europe, in Asia, in Australia, in Oceania, all these places where basically they arrived or they have been sent. We have to know that before this strategy was made against us, strategy structured and made by all the superpower of the world, who decided to take our lands, to take our wealth, to take everything we had, starting from family to the stones, to the gold and all the mining, who decided basically to empower their civilization and to try to finish our civilization. So I invite everybody to take time to go in our our YouTube page. We have a lot of topic turning around the Bantu Israelite legitimacy in Torah. And we spread that knowledge in order to give another chance to the Bnei Israel in this generation to do well, to bring a real tikkun olam, and not to use the olam, the word basically, to make their own tikkun. This is the biggest mistake that we are seeing now. So one of them, Shalom Shalom Shifra Baya Natan Hanan.
Shalom, shalom, Shivra Pinchas.
Shalom Shalom Abenu. So one of them is connected to some habits we African people we have regarding the vows, regarding the fact of swearing, regarding the fact of saying that, okay, in front of God, I'm saying that. We see that oftenly in our communities in order to empower some says, some words, some things we have to say. We don't hesitate to put the name of God on the table. We don't hesitate to put our ancestor on the table. We don't hesitate to use anything that is highly rooted in spirituality to prove that our words are sincere and real. Behind this topic, we're going to go deeper and deeper. We're going to try to understand better. We will see how we can read the Israelite dimension among Bantus first. And we will see how we have to build our mind to be more and more responsible when it comes about giving your words, when it comes about swearing, when it comes about making a vow, when it comes about basically empowering your mouth and your words in what you say. And behind that, we will understand some aspect of our own history. And we'll see, of course, like every time, what can be the solution, how we can build a solution behind some habits that we can quote, like being so fast to empower our understanding of the words that we are saying because we want people to see us like tzaddikim, like people, righteous people, not liars, and so on. So we're gonna happen slowly, slowly, and Bezrat Hashem, you will see we will go maybe somewhere you are not expecting. Bezrat Hashem. The purpose also, that, just to make it also clear, will be for us to understand the power of the speech and the power of the thoughts. Because generally, we forget the qualities of our ancestors when they were holding the justice court. It was not only about finding the proof or not about someone who is guilty. It was also, and let's say mainly, it was about trying to see if we can seek a way to have informations about the truth or the lies hidden behind the words of the one who is talking or not. Basically, behind that thematic of those, we will see also something. It's written in the Talmud that that Rabbi Akiva, when he was judging, he was very, very strict with people. He was telling to them, you have to know that when I'm sitting in front of you as a judge, it's not Akiva, son of Yosef, who is judging you, but it's God himself. So many people didn't understand the meaning of that words. It seems to be very arrogant to pretend that when you are sitting and judging, it's not a man, but it's God himself. The Gemara will solve the problem saying, no, because at that moment, Rabbi Akiva had the tools to know exactly what was the judgment fixed in the upper justice court, in the justice court of the other dimensions, the dimension of the Akadosh Baruch Hu of the end of the angels. So how did we do to be able to know what was fixed there and to just repeat the final decision from there to here? Always to tell to us that behind some of our behaviors, which are very exaggerate, about swearing, about giving you words, about all these things, and especially when it comes about trying to find a wife. We know men. You will see. When we've been married, I will give you that. You will see. How you meet the parents, how do you, what you work, how do you perform your life? What is your hobby? No, because I'm Congolese, my parents, we have diamonds. Okay, so all Congolese work in diamonds. Okay. We say things. I swear you will see your daughter will never miss a single thing. We swear. When you start to do business, you start like this. I don't like to do business with family. I don't know, this family and family. My level, we are real family. I would never do what the other did to you. Trust me. Send to me that money, you will see that everything will be done like never. And what's happened? You send the money, and you see that what's happened is your own brothers or your own cousin, they just rob you money. It's happened in every single African family who try to send money in Africa to start a project. So what is behind that mistakes we are doing, it's because we forget that one day we were, we had a level in our daily life of having judges like Rabbi Akiva, being able to bring judgments to be totally applied according to what was fixed upper. All of these words, let's bring them together and try to understand something. So the Ben Ish Chai starts. Say like this. Say we have to understand one pasuk, one verse. One verse. Vayomer Elohim el Yaakov, kum ve'ale lebet El. So Hashem, Kadosh Baruch Hu said to Yaakov, stand up and go to Bet El. ועשה שם מזבח לאל הנראה אליך. And when you will be there in the Bet El, you will have to do an altar for the God who revealed himself to you, basically, when you were running away from your brother Esav, who was about to kill you after what you did to him with the firstborn blessing. So this is from this verse that we will understand the behavior to have regarding vows and giving words. So let's just see the pasuk directly in the Torah. Let's try to see it in the Torah like this. You see, and God said unto Yaakov, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God who appeared unto thee when thou didst flee from the face of Esau, thy brother. So let's see what the Ben Ish Chai will explain to us now. And we're gonna build it. And see like this. He said, הנה, נראה לי בסייעתא הנה נודע לקבלת רבותינו ז"ל, שאמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא בזה ליעקב אבינו עליו השלום, שכל צער הבא לו בעניין דינה היה בעבור דאחר נדרו ונתעכב בדרך ללא צורך. So it's like this. He said, we have in our tradition the explanation like this. When Akadosh Baruch Hu was talking with Yaakov, he said, okay, you know, your daughter have been raped. This situation, it's because all the things you promised you will do when you were flying away from your brother, now that you had the possibility to do, you said to me at that time, when I will go, and if you help me to come back in the land of my father, I will offer for you a sacrifice. You did say that, right? You say, you know what's happened with Dinah? It's because you took too much time to accomplish what you swear. So it's very strange. What the connection between what I promised to do? What the connection between my vow? What the connection between my swearing and the fact that my daughter have been raped? It's the question. I would like to hear your opinion. Let me just read a few sentences more. ועל כן אמר לו שימהר לעלות בית אל. C'est better that he told him, please, fast, go to Bet-El, לקיים נדרו, and apply, do what you swear that you will do. Do what you promise what you will do. ומזה יקר האדם מוסר גדול לעצמו. I say, based on that, Ben Ishai said, based on that, you and me, we have to take from that situation a very big, big, big lesson for ourselves. What is it? שאם יעקב אבינו עליו השלום בכיר שבאבות, so if Yaakov, the chosen one among the fathers, because it's the only one who will be called Israel, yes. So if Yaakov, the chosen one among the fathers, נענש כל כך על ארוך העדר שנידר בפיו, was punished so strongly because of being late about the vow he made with his mouth, ולא הגנה עליו צדקתו להצילו מן העונש. And all the merits he may had from the time he left 14 years before, let's say, from the time he left, he stood basically more than 20 years outside with Lavan. If you look at his life, Yaakov collected a lot of merits. So he said, look, he is the chosen one among the fathers. Not only that, he is someone who has a lot of merits. Look at the kids he had. Look at the way he succeeded to run away from Lavan. He said, even though he was punished, he didn't escape from the punishment of not keeping your words. Kol sheken, so if it's like this for him, v'kol sheken, shar adam, for sure this logical should be applied to all of us. שצריך להמשיך ולהיזהר בעניינים אלה, that we have to be very careful and very fast in that topic. שלא יקהל בדיבורו שיוצא מפיו בענייני הקודש. Meaning, don't disconsider the words that comes out from your mouth. If you have an instinct that brings you to say, if I succeed to get this job, if I succeed to have the kids, if I succeed to get this house, if I succeed, I will do that. When you are in the situation, you are full of tension, you are despair, and you are screaming, and your mouth also is so fast to say things. Say, if you did that, don't try to bring the intensity of that words down. Meaning, you say, I beg, Hashem, give me that cup. I need that cup. That cup is my life. You said to me, you will give life, like you said to David. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And if you give me that cup, I swear, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The cup arrives. And you start to say, I said that I swear I will give 10,000. Let's give let's give 5,000. I was talking to myself. It's enough. You give 5,000, and what will happen to you, said the Ben Ishai? You will be punished. So, what's type of punishment? The first example chosen by the sages is the rape of Dinah. So please let me understand your feeling now. How do you understand the topic of making a vow and what the connection between Yaakov vow and Dinah rape? We can say something. We want to say something. We want to go somewhere. Feel free.
Chief Rabbi Pinchas,
Yeah. Shalom.
um, I had the difficulties and challenges as to how to connect. When I was going through the Pasha, I couldn't connect the the correlation, the connection between the vow and the dinner.
Mhm.
But I went also to go into the word dinner because it looks that it's from the word din.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's not an answer, but I was struggling also to get the connection.
Mhm. Okay. It's the start. So, Chief Rabbi and Nathan Hanan said this is connected to the word din. So we get it. Dina, din. But why the rape? So let's see. Who has another answer?
Chief Rabbi,
Yeah, Shalom Shalom Mukti.
what comes to me is the definition of the word rape. What is
Mhm.
rape? I would look into that carefully first. Not that I have the answer, but I'm trying to
Mhm.
analyze where it's not a common consent when there is rape. Somebody's being
Mhm.
forced to give what is they don't agree to do so.
Mhm.
And by taking, by we breaking the vows, uh, we are also for then we are I'm waiting, I'm looking, we are also in a way breaking. And by
Mhm.
breaking that in the spiritual realm,
Mhm.
we're putting ourselves in a situation where something can be taken from us.
Mhm.
That's what my comes to mind right away.
תודה רבה. תודה רבה, Rabbi Moshe. Shalom Shalom to Rabbi Emmanuel Titus. Shalom Shalom to Rabbi Yosef Chaim Shibaru. Shalom Shalom also to Rabbeinu Eden. Shalom Shalom. Shalom Shalom to
Shalom, Rabbeinu. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom Shalom. So Rabbi Moshe Wolf said that, okay, say this is, we have to be focused on the rape. What is to be raped? What does it mean? What the connection? He said this is the way maybe to be focused on rape, to be forced to give something you were not planning to give. Okay.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Abedi de Moses, shalom, shalom. Rabbi Mentitus, you have to say something?
Nothing much, Rev.
Um, I was about to say that literally we learn that to make a vow we have to use our mouth. So the dibur. So
Mhm,
the basic definition of the dibur is to bring something. Actually the main goal of the dibur is to bring something to reality. So it
mhm,
means when you do a vow and you cannot cancel it because back in the days there wasn't the possibility to cancel it as we are this day before Shana, but
mhm,
it, it means literally that you are bringing a reality that is shaker. So you have to bring something to, I would say this, to compensate a little bit what you
mhm,
just did.
mhm,
So Dina is just I would say, the wrong reality that Yaakov brought actually by his own vow with his own dibur, since he was a
mhm,
tzaddik. We said that when the tzaddik talk, Hashem realized, literally.
mhm. תודה רבה. So Rabbi Mentitus is basically going like the Ben Ish Chai. We're going to see it now. It says everything is connected to the mouth because when you are righteous, when you are tzaddik, you have to know that the moment, the second you said something, not only Hashem, but the angels are created because our Torah said that every single action or every single words we brings out creates angels. So this, what you have said, creates tremendous things. You create a reality. So the first point here for us is to understand the important, like say, Titus, before we go on the topic of rape, before we go on the topic of din, is to understand the power of our words, or in another way, the power of our mouth. This is something we have lost, we, Bantu Israelites. We have lost that logicality. How do I know? Very simple. How many people in our families, when it comes about insulting you, they can kill you with words? We have that things of knowing how to argue, knowing how to beef, like they say in English. We can start, we don't stop. This, of course, is very, we can see it like, okay, this is the point that the African people, the African American people, yeah, the Caribbean people, the Haitian, the people of Guadeloupe, Martinique, we know when they start to finish you with the words, you say, oh, guys, please stop. And we all have that uncle who say, wait when I will open my mouth. I'm calm now. When I will start to talk, when I will start to talk. We have all that, all of us, we have in our family, that uncle who is just treating you, not about a feast, not about the day we'll start to talk. This, of course, it's not funny. Of course, it creates a bad image of our communities outside. But at the same time, this is showing to us some if we are only one uncle, yes, like you said. But at the same time, it shows something. We know that we Bantu Israelites, we are strong with the mouth. I'm not here to compare. I'm talking about our people from Africa to West Indies to America. I'm talking about our people, so I don't compare. But no matter if you like politics or not, if you are from the Republican Party or the Democratic Party in America, you like Obama or not, it's not the question here. But when the guy is talking, you see there's something. When he take his mouth, when he start to do his things, you say, wow, okay. This is the talk of president. The guy was elected, start to talk. Even in Africa, we are crying like he will be able to change their life tomorrow. There's something in that mouth. Not only that, look what we can do with music. We take the microphone. You start. No matter what you are. Rapping, gospel, new jack, soul, R&B, even now opera. You bring out something, people start to cry. We were never taught to see this like the proof that the power is in our mouth. People only think that the power that is in your mouth is when you pray. No, because your Israelite soul is there every time. So your power should not be seen only when you pray. Your power should be seen anytime you use your mouth. And you can see about our people, when we open our mouth, from fighting the street by insulting each other, to making political speech, or to sing, we are strong. And like Rabbi Titus, this is why it's forbidden to curse your brother. It's because Akadosh Baruch Hu knows the strength he put in your mouth. And you know, there's something you feel. Like we can talk, we are in family. There's something you feel when you start to talk, right? Am I lying? When you start to talk, even if you're shy, even if you are, when you start to talk, there's something you feel. And this make you feel that power. Not everybody's like that. This is for Israelite souls. This is what is common in Bantu's people. So based on that, let's just read one message, especially for women. Our culture speaks of the power of the woman who speaks and manifests through words, especially a woman who has given birth, who is a mother, because the woman is a creature born with two mouths, and the womb speaks. The womb, like the mouth, creates life or release life, spirit, angels who are messengers on a mission. In Yoruba, they call this Ofoase. It's said. Everything is said. We have to understand that, yes, we have the case of the woman, but everything in our culture should remind us that, yes, your mouth is not only an organ, it's the organ of creation. And we know that the mouth is related to the genetical organs. So with what you create in your life, it's simple. With the lower organ, you create physical life. That's why women and men connect at that level. But with your mouth, you create very high and very powerful words. Very high and powerful olamot, like we said. Creations. That's why the Hakadosh said, be careful. The angel you create when you connect with your wife on Shabbat, intimity, there are two categories. The angel created with the lower connection, they are not as strong as the angel created with the kissing of the lips. So this to say to some people who say, no, you know what? It was just a kiss. I didn't cheat on you, my daughter. Please. This is the higher level. This is the higher level. This should be the place that you even not cannot talk. Ariakadosh said, you have to know that the entities created with the connection of the lips are higher and stronger than the one created with the connection of the organs, the lower organs of reproduction. So just this to bring you on the topic, understand that our mouth is a weapon. The speech that comes out, when you have an Israelite soul, this mouth will be powerful every single time you use it. That's why even when it comes about to say words which are not so holy, not so, we take time because we know that said in our mouth, it will create very negative things. That's why we know how important is silent. To be silent and silence. Because you do know what your mouth can do. So, first the definition here, every single Israelite soul who don't have that power in the mouth, meaning talk and create something for me, I don't feel. Sing, create something for me, I don't think. I don't know. Speak, do something with your voice. Do something. Let me hear. Where's the power? There's no power. That's why you have the biggest difference. Many other countries who sometimes claim to be Israelite, they develop all this sensation that you need when you do spirituality with instrument. You need to put that piano, to put that guitar. You need to create an atmosphere, but we have voice. We have voice. Just hear the Negro gospel. They have no instrument. When they have one, it's tam tam, or maybe you know I don't know the harmonica we say in English also. What's the name in English?
The a cappella, a cappella.
No, you know this this thing.
Harmonica.
Harmonica, yes.
In Portuguese is gaita.
תודה רבה. This is the thing I find. But originally, let me hear that voice. And you see it even in the music that are developed around the Bantu Israelite culture. We need to hear that voice. But in the other culture, the instrument, they cover the voice. You see what I mean? They cover the voice. What does it mean? No power. I'm not talking about the power of your scream. I'm talking about what the voice will produce when it comes out, words of your poem, or words of your speech, words of your song. We need to hear that, and that word, because it's in your mouth, it will work in the soul. We feel. And today, no one can contest that we are number ones. Who produce, who sings, who speak like us. Even when it's about talking about things which are fake. When we take that speech, you see, we have that things. It's not nothing, it's everything. This is the first point I want you to know. This is everything. In French, we call it eloquence. But in English, let me say, I said eloquency. You know, I don't know if it's the right word, but when you talk, you have that novelty which comes upon you, and the words you brings out, wow. So, this is not something small. Thanks to that story of Yaakov, we understand that the real Israelites, their power is in the mouth every time. Not only when they curse, no, every time. Every time. Let's go back to the text. Rabbi Moshe said, Moshe said, with our words and quick promises and not keeping it, we put our family in danger. Yeah, we were. Yeah. This is why it's a sort of service. So read it. That's what to make your brother's face turn red and white because you kill here. We said that means that you kill a person in a certain way. No, you kill that person, not in a certain way. You kill. Is dead. Gematria of your sword is 80, like the letter P. To Daraba, P Yesod. Thank you. Which represent the mouth. There is an intricate connection between the voice, vocal cords, and the womb. תודה רבה, רבנית הדסה. I see tonight, no, it's not night in your time zone, but this afternoon, you have all the dots, particularly the cervix. Both the mouth, throat, and womb cervix are portal of creation and manifestation, portal between life and death, existence and non-existence, potential and realization. You know what, Rabbi Adasa, you will write text, I will read them. It sounds so good. Like this, we'll have a perfect, I will take my best voice, and I will still read. Thank you very much for your support and your help. A spoken brethren, broken promise can lead one to lose something as punishment, like Yaakov broke or was delayed and led his daughter to be raped. Yes, but heart must be in the same way, the spirit and the soul relation with the voice. Yes, so we will go on this. Only the Queen has to play the shofar for a reason. So let's go back. Let's go back. So feel free, me, I like when people take the microphone and speak, I like that voice. So I can read your message, but sometimes I'm afraid to miss something important you will say. So if you need, you just raise up your hand You take the mic, and this is the night when we have to hear, let that voice speak. Yes, Papa Emmanuel.
Actually, I just noticed that, but it's terrible because everybody know that we have this power because if you look at Christianity, Islam, etc., all the big stuff, they
Mm.
always put a black guy to speak.
Yeah. It will destroy the mic and awake all
Yeah,
the whole. Yeah, yeah, it's known. And the same thing when you go to Torah. We know what were happening when we were giving our limud in the whole city. We know. But it's something. But let's go and be in the Torah text to have it clearly said. First indication. לכן אמר המלך שלמה אמר עליו שלום. So that's why the King Solomon said, Shlomo said in Kohelet, he said, אל תבהל על פיך, וליבך אל ימהר להוציא דבר לפני אלוקים. כי אלוקים בשמיים ואתה על הארץ, על כן יהיו דבריך מעטים. So he give to us one advice, Shlomo, based on what we have just said. Don't bring your mouth to be and pure. Why? Because in your heart, you are fast to bring out some speech, some words in front of God. But don't forget, God is in the sky, the Shamayim, but you are on earth. That's why my advice for you is that when you speak and you create upper reality, be careful. You put God in the strange situation. Something has been promised, the creation is in front of God. And people are claiming, other people, the angel, look what he said, look what he said, look what he said, look what he said. Okay, go, do what you want. It's not God who punished. It's the angel who will testify that you didn't keep your words. And he said, Alkeni you me'atim. That's why you have to bring your speech to be very, very few. Don't be talkative. Use your voice, your mouth for something. Now let's go deeper. So you see, Ben Ishai is saying something that is not taught at all in whole the Judaic system today. He said, so when you will do you though. So when? The rabbi said, no, don't do neder. It's not good. Many people even, they don't know how to do a neder, how to bring up the Sefer Torah and to hold it and to say, they don't know the order. They are just telling you, we know how to nullify the vote you make by just thinking that every Friday before Shabbat, we will remove all the though you maybe did in the week by saying some words like this, nothing wrong will happen. This is the behavior of the wicked. The behavior of the tzaddik said, this is the best tool ever. To be able to use those like a tool of connection or tool of truth. That's why also you see it in the behavior of Bantu Israelites. Every single time they are ready to give their life to prove that they are right, not wrong. Just say the guy, no, we can just shake. You don't need to swear on the tomb of your mom. You don't need to swear. Why you swear? Say no, because for him it's like question life or death. This is the point. He say, look, kasher tidor neder. So Ben Ishchai say in our culture to do a vow, in our Torah to do a vow, it's a positive mitzvah. It is something that were never taught to you. It is a positive mitzvah. Kasher tidor neder, it's written like this in the Chumash. So meaning, Hashem said, when you will do, here is the way you will do it. So how come this actual Judaism, or everybody is running away from that mitzvah of doing vows. While other people who are considered like nothing, but we do know that they are Israelites, they are doing it sometimes too much, without any knowledge about the consequences that can come after, because they don't know who they are. What do you think about what is happening in the Eastern Congo? Rape. What do you think what's happened before a few years when they captured 200 students in Nigeria by the Boko Haram? We know they raped them. Okay, it's known, it's evident. Rape. The sadists are teaching something here. Not respecting your vows in a way. Every single vows has details. But in a way, if you don't hold it, it will be fixed, like said Rabbi Tadassa, with the other organs of creation. Maybe you'll be falling, doing wrong things at the wrong time with the wrong person, losing seeds, or seeing the seeds of someone on Chas v'shalom, God forbid, one of your children. All these things are connected also to vows. Ben Ishchai. So say, when you will hold, when you will say your vow in front of Hashem, in front of Elohim, you see, insisting, it's Elohim who received the vow. So this is the words of Chief Rabbi Hanan. This is the rigorous dimension of Hashem that received, that is connected to the vows. Al te'achal shlemu. Don't take time to accomplish it. Al titach et picha lechatia et basarecha. Don't bring your mouth to bring your flesh to sin. You see the connection? Say, don't give the possibility to your mouth to bring your flesh to sin. Ve'al tomar lefi amal'ar ki shgagai. לפי המלאך כשגאי. הכוונה, דהיינו, דומה דיבורו של אדם בעניינים של קדושה לדיבורו בעניינים של חול. בענייני חול שהם צרכי גופו, ובענייניו, ואם אמר לעשות ולא עשה, אין אליו דין וחשבון. אך בעניינים של קדושה, אם אמר דיבור בעלמא, צריך לקיימה. He said, second point. He said, why is it like that? He said, when you talk about things which are not connected to the holiness, you have to know that when you will not perform what you said, no problem will happen to you. But if what you are saying is that you are obliged to make it happen, so my question is, how do I distinguish holiness from not holiness? Because at the end of the day, even what is not holy, at the beginning, maybe in my head, will produce a money that will be used for a Torah, for mitzvot. So general rule is look like this. If you see someone being punished because he didn't hold his vows, know that this one is an Israelite first, and that the vow he made was connected to holiness. And how many people do you see around you? How many people do you see in your family who even are far away to know that they are Israelites in their souls. They say, God beat me because I didn't do that. How do you know? This is the basic speech in every spiritual place. This can make you crazy. You say, it's not normal. Here we have the Vayishlakh telling you that case of being punished, not holding your voice, it's only when you are talking about things who are kadosh and that you are also Israelite. You have your uncle, the one who live in Port-au-Prince, or the one who live in les, les, in Zimbabwe. And he's going to say, this happened to me one day. Why? Because I went to the church, we say. I went to the church, I said something to God, I forget to do, that's why I lose that. Oh, you serious, uncle? Yeah, I'm serious. Today, you and me, we know that this is impossible. Normally. Why? Because to see that connection between those not made and punishment, we need two situations. To be Israelite and to do things in the Kedusha, right? Did you read like me?
Yes, Chief Rabbi Pinchas, I did.
Toda rabah. And after you ask that uncle, how do you know? There's no connection. It's by us. I say, no. Because when I said that vow in front of God, I was praying so hard and I was seeing me getting that situation. But one voice tell me, don't forget to do, but I forget to do. And one day I did the dream, and that dream showed to me what I'm seeing now. That's why I'm finished. And we are like this. Because we know the Torah, we say, what is that? Now we have to say, what is that? This man has no Shabbat, according to what you know. This man has no feeling. This man has no tzitzit. But he is living the story of Yaakov in front of me. How do you explain? In the other end, you have the others. They have tefillin, they have Sefer Torah, they have tzitzit. They even don't care about what is those. Ask to people, what are the laws of those? I don't know. It's the rabbis, they know. And when someone will try to do in front of a rabbi a connection between the sufferance you receive and the voice you make, well, will say the rabbi, no, it's not the way to understand what's happened to you. It's nothing to do with punishment. Hashem don't punish us. Am I lying? Am I
No, Chief Rabbi
lying?
Pinchas.
Is it not the way? That situation like being, his uncle is crazy. He's not normal.
Shalom, shalom.
That was Shalom, Chief Rabbi Shai. Go ahead.
Shalom, shalom. Tunda, tunda. I just wanted to add also, it's we also see that let's say issue when we talk about the Shoah. I hope it will not strike the video, but Hashem. Yes, when we talk about it, and we will let's say we have the guts to say that maybe there is a message from Akadosh Baruch Hu behind the sufferance, and we will be anti-Semitic.
You are anti-Semite and you will have problem. I've heard once we talk about that as to the Rabbi Mizrahi, who tried to do what Rabbi Vadia Yosef did, saying, no, behind the Holocaust, the Shoah, maybe there's a reason why, boom, 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 correct, almost correct. And the other side, you have people who are so happy to say, okay, God punish me, at least I will fast. He said, I will fast. He said, I will fast like this, God will forgive me. And the guy is fasting. So, about my teachings.
For the Holocaust, there is actually not there is there are most of the big rabbanim. They said that it's asur to find how say that to find a reason for why Hashem brought the Holocaust. I already had a big discussion
Yes.
with the Rav here, and they say all the big rabbanim said that. I said I don't understand. You are not able to handle it first, and secondly, you are not able to learn something from it. I say Mamash is totally anti-Jewish. It's the point. I said no, it's really difficult because it's happened like yesterday. Blah 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 blah. I said even that doesn't change anything. But it's really a big problem, and you cannot even talk and cannot even try to understand nor study extra nothing. Mamash is crazy.
You know the way I'm doing that pedagogy. I'm not talking about Shoah at all. I'm talking about the way we handle slavery, which is still now. For us, it's not it's still fresh. No, for now, we're still in. We still have brothers and sisters being sold in Libya, right? 1,000 lira. And so, but we, every single day, we try to understand why us. We know the answer. We know we are the scapegoat. We know it. But it's because we go through. All the purpose for us to understand what's happening. Things happen for a reason on earth. And like you said, Torah asks you to study, to know, and to learn from everyone and from everything. And something like that who is in the middle of the village, you don't want to learn from it. Question. Let's go back in the text. And he said, when you will do you though, be fast to do it. And don't try to find reason not to make it happen fast. And he said, keep in mind this connection between not holding and punishment, it's only for Israelite and holiness. If not, do your life. And I will let your imagination go straight and see and compare the situation by yourself. ועל כן צריך לשקול היטב עדק בכל עניינים של קדושה. I said, that's why you have to wait everything very precise to know what is that topic holding or connected to the Kedusha, to the holiness. You have to be sure that if you say that this has nothing to do with the Kodesh, with the holiness, check and be sure. When you do something, the final stage is always to bring that spark in the holiness. So if you find something whole, meaning not holy, which will stay whole every time, I don't know if you will find it. And don't bring your mouth to be impure. So don't let your heart to be fast to bring out words for the Elohim. Vemi lanu gadol Yaakov, and who is for us higher than Yaakov? Avinu. The Afalpi Shekiyem Nidro, even if he made his, though he was late, but he made it. He was punished for the late. He said, look, even for the late. So imagine when you don't do at all. So before we go deeper, this is what I've been taught by my masters. He told me like this, Pinchas Eliyahu, okay, you want to be wise? You want to be a sage? Take a vow on you. I said, what? He said, take a vow on you. Say something and put something on the balance. Say and accomplish what you said. You will see what will happen to you. This is what I did. Basically, to take a vow is the fastest way to get something. This is why the Mekubalim, if you talk with them and they are very open with you, they will tell you that all the steps they passed, it was thanks to the mitzvah of Lidor Neder, the mitzvah of doing, expressing a vow. Because when you do that, you show so much appreciation for the Torah, because what you want to get, you don't want to get 1 million. This is not the purpose. We talk about being protected, talk about having shites, talk about waiting, talk about wisdom, talk about Rabbanut, we talk about being able to perform a very high mitzvah, like to write a Sefer Torah. We talk about that things. Take a vow. Take a vow on you. Go straight. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid, maybe because your soul is not Israelites. I'm asking. Or maybe because that soul not being Israelite, that power in the mouth is not so strong for you. And you know that even if you scream, nothing will happen. And at the end of the day, maybe also because you have no purpose in holiness. Yes, Rabbi Emmanuel Titus.
How do you define late? Because to be late, in order to be late, you need to have like a deadline. So how is possible to be late? Like Yaakov has so much to do, right? After run away from Lavan. So maybe he has in mind his vow, but he didn't have the time to do something about it. Maybe it was in the process. Maybe there is so many like possibilities. But the thing is like, how do we know that we are late? Actually, it's like, for instance, there is in the Christian world, actually in Black people in Christian world, when we pass the baccalaureate, usually people say, you know what, JC, if you give me the success on my baccalaureate, I will do A, B, C, and D, right? I don't know why you were so straight. Anyway, but the thing, it's okay, you said that you're going to do something after having passed the diploma, you passed it, but you have your life, like all your life to do the thing you said. So I understand to do it quickly, but how Hashem put the border between, okay, it's too late and you still have the time.
Thank you for your question. Very important. Basically, first of all, we have laws about how to pronounce a vowel. You don't say it like this. If I finish this coffee before 10 to 10, I will be rich. No, this is not a vow. In the way to formulate the vow, there is always a blueprint of time that will be automatically created. The rabbi who will be here sitting in front of you as the Bet Din Tarton, parallel to the Bet Din Elyon, are first of all to check if your desire of vow is halachically correct. Do you have the right to bring that topic to be surrounded by the vow laws? So the rabbi has to tell you, for your exam, the final exam of high school, I don't think it's connected to the vow. No, Rabbi, because if I get it with that mark, I will go straight to Harvard. Oh, okay. Okay, so there is something here. That there is something that brings you to a place where you can achieve high level. Okay, it's not just having your diploma. No, it's because if I have my diploma with that level, it opens me that gate, and this is what I know that I have to do for Hashem. Ah, okay. So now tell me the exam. How is it? Oh, it's 1 week. When are the result? 1 month after. Okay, okay. And after that, when do you go to Harvard? Ah, it will be in September. Okay, so here is the condition for your vote to be halachically correct. You will say that, but you will have to perform your vote before September. This is the way the rabbi make the building of the halacha about vote. And when you make a vote, it's not you and yourself. It's you in front of a beit din. It's you in front of people who have that wisdom to know if this is the way or not. That's why the Torah says, if you are married, your husband, and you hear your wife saying a vow, you have the power to nullify it straight, because sometimes women, they speaks not only with their mouth, they speak with their womb. And that type of connection creates type of words very powerful. And this is the real expression of you let your heart bring your mouth to speak too fast. That's why the husband had the right to nullify. Why is it written in the Torah? Why is it the writer? Because we want to tell to the husband, at that moment, you don't need to go to take a bet din, 3 rabbis, in order to say, my wife nullified this. Now, you can do it as the husband, and you will be sitting in front of her, and you will say to her, say that, and I will nullify your vows. This is the point. When you apply halachically the vows, there's always a process of time which has to be said. So when Yaakov said, I will offer to you something when I will come back. So it's finished. From the day your foot came on the land of Canaan, here is. Time is going because you, Hashem, let's say, accomplished his part. He gave to you what you wanted. And it didn't start to count when Lavan finished with you and made the deal, the covenant with you. No. He waited that his part will be made, that your steps will be on the land of Canaan. That's it. So when we make a vow, we should not think about what we think ourselves only. We should think also that Hashem has to keep also his words, has to make happen what he did with you. So when he did it, he did his part. Now it's yours. Yes, Rabbeinu Eden.
Shalom, Rabbi. Shalom,
Shalom.
the community. A little question, technical question on what you've just mentioned there.
Mm.
When you make a vow, is there a requirement to have a witness as a rabbi, or is it just like a preventive measure, like a security that you are sharing with us, or is it a requirement?
No, it's basically, if you have studied all the laws of law and you know that by yourself you can handle it, you don't need a rabbi, but you need someone who is enough melumad, wise on the topic, because you need your vote to be kosher in order to be sure that you will get what you want, first of all. And also you need to know that your vote is kosher to be framed in the timeline that will be given to you. Not to be, than to exaggerate. Let's say someone who is a teenager, he say, yes, if I have my exam, I'll give 1 million to the yeshiva. Why you take 1 million? You don't have $100 in your pocket. You talk about 1 million. So bring it down. Let's make it's just to help. But if you are enough built and you do know the halachot, I've seen with my eyes some Mekubalim doing the vows by themselves. But this is not to teach to everybody. They went to the Beit Knesset, opened the Echal, took the Torah, you see them like this. Finished, put it, close. So you have that level and you have that possibility. Everything is just, the first requirement is that you have to know the laws about those. Know them like this, you know what the difference between Neder and Nedava, and you see how you can nullify or not the connection after move forward.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome, Rabbi. You're welcome. So let's go back to the topic. So like this, just by the way, just to give an example, one very famous rabbi that I know who trained me also, he's very famous, so I will not say his name. One day he was basically so tired not to succeed to bring to the people the love of the Ramchal, because his Torah is Ramchal. This is his life. And he was everywhere I go, they don't want me to teach it, they don't want me to. And he told me I took one vow and he fast on Shabbat. And you know that if you fast on Shabbat, you have to fast on the first day of the week because you have to say, I'm sorry for fasting on Shabbat. He said, fast on Shabbat. He said, I will fast on Shabbat to show to you how deep is my love for that Torah. And if you receive this, please let me do that. And today he is the face of Ramchal in all the world. So you see, he told me this is the way I get it. And he was alone because that type of vow, not many rabbis will allow you to fast on Shabbat. You have to be strong in halacha to not to protect the situation. Ezrat Hashem. It's like this. וזהו נרמז בדברי חז"ל בשבת קי"ג עמוד ב' שדרשו הפסוק ישעיהו נ"ח י"ג ממצוא חפצך ודבר שלא יהיה דבריך של שבת כדבריך של חול. So he said, now there's something that we have to know. The punishment is connected to the topic. Are you talking about holiness or about chol? He said, Yeshayahu was quoted in the Maseret Shabbat about the type of discussion you have on Shabbat day. What type of discussion? So why? The אף על פי שפשט דבריהם קאי על שבת ויכול ממש רמז עוד לפי דרכם מוסר זה בנועם לשונם בסולם בכמה פנים. דלמדו אותנו בזה שלא יהיה קל בענייני אדם דבר בקדושי הקדושה, למהר להוציא מפיו דברים שאין באים ידי קיום ופועל, כאשר מפיו בעניינים חוף על פי שאותם, דאין דברים אלו של קדושה שווים על דברים של חול. יען שאם אמר היום אלך לפרנס, הלך למחץ, אקנה חפץ לפלוני, אוכל דבר פלוני וכיוצא בזה, ואחר כך ניחם ולא קיים את דברו, אין אליו דין וחשבון למעלה בשמיים. אך אם אמר אלך לבית המדרש, או למקום מצוות פלוני, או אלמד פרשת זו, מזמור זה, פרק זה, חייב לקיים דברו. ואם לא קיים, יהיה עליו דין וחשבון בשמיים ועונש יענש. So I give more details. He said, look, it's very simple. not only you have to be careful about the fact of not bringing un, unused, unuseful, useless, not bring useless topic on Shabbat. What does it mean? It means that every single Shabbat gives to us the power to renew the strength of our mouth. It's like you have to understand as an Israelite that the power of your mouth is renewed, like reset with more power on Shabbat day. So from that perspective, on Shabbat day, by taking new strength, you will see that all the week, if situation have to be expressed in your mouth, you will be in control. Nothing will be sent straight away from your heart to your mouth. You will have control and the capacity of silence. So based on that, it's very simple. When you will try to see how to understand the laws of those, it's very simple. When someone said, today I will make money, and he went, took a shower, bought a suit, went out, and but in the way he forget to go to sell what he was planning to sell. The sages will say there's no problem here. The law he make about making money today will not be used against him for punishment. But when we talk about holiness topic, but when he say, today I will study with Rabbi Pinchas in the evening. You say, today I will go to the study, or today I will go to the Bet Midrash, or today I will go to that place to bring the Shabbat meal for that old lady. So we have here a topic of mitzvah. And you start your day, and because of this and that and this and that, you forget. The time arrived of the limud of Rabbi Pinchas, you are not here, the limud is finished. You forget to call that lady to bring to her the Shabbat meal. You forget to go to the Bet Midrash to sit because you have that rush. No, I forget. Suddenly I have a phone call. I have to go. You forget. So because the law was on holiness, the thing you forget about that shiur, that lesson, that old ladies or that Bet Midrash, you will be punished for that. This is the way to understand when we talk about things connected to the holiness, to the Kedusha. So now what's happened with our brothers and sisters, Bantu Israelites? It's very simple. Is that the lake of Shabbat, is killing us. That's why you see we are, like we say in Hebrew, making a kind of levatala with our mouth. Instead of using it for very powerful things, we became master of killing people with insults. Yes, Rabbi Matitis.
So it means literally, if we're punished for something we did, it means that we cannot do teshuva on it, actually. Or we cannot repair it.
Very, very interesting and important what you say. Rabbi Matitis basically is asking, is there no way to nullify a vow? Because we do have a prayer of Atarat Nedarim. We do have that prayer. But here, the Ben Ish Chai, the Posek Halacha, Chacham, Rabbi of many countries, he's not talking about Atarat Nedarim. Why? It's like this. Basically, Rabbi Eden, je donne la parole, I'll give to the speech in a few seconds. Basically, the Atarat Nedarim is a way to convince ourselves that we did everything to protect ourselves from bad situation. Because a real Atarat Nedarim cannot be collective. The Nedarim we are talking about here, it become cultural. People even are not able to tell you if in that week they make some vows. They just came, enter the group and say nullify. Why did you nullify? Oh, maybe I did a vow. So you don't know what is a vow. Compare to the Atarat Nedarim of Yom Kippur. The Atarat Nedarim of Yom Kippur with the Mekubalim tradition, it takes to us 45 minutes. Kol Nidre, we have Kavanah there. Why? Because we know we are going in a judgment. 1 second. We know we are going to be judged. So if you feel that Shabbat you will be judged, yes. But where is the aspect of judgment in Shabbat? So the question is, why do we do Atrat Nedarim before Shabbat? I don't say it's bad. I'm just asking what is the purpose? Because we do have one for all the year. So if I do have to do one before the next Kippur, I have to talk with a Beit Din and say, I need you to come and to have a Sefer Torah because I want to nullify a neder. So at that one you can do the Atrat Nedarim, but it will be, how to say that? Punishment will be applied on a certain level. The faster you will do it, the best it will be. But the question is here, not about punishing you. It's about you didn't hold your voice, didn't hold your speech with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You lied to God. This is the problem here. That's why we have problem to know that Atara Nedarim will be working on it because you said something you will do. God keep his words. And you change your mind with the master of all. Yes, Rabbi Eden. Après, je reviens sur toi. After I come back to you, man.
Thank you very much, Rabbi. I want to understand what Brother Yoshanan, I think, mentioned before, and what you are saying there concerning the relation between the vows you're going to establish and the time. When I nullify my vow, is it working for, I would say, a pending vow for which I did not fix a particular time, but if to put it that way, and this is what I understood from your brother Shannon question, if the consumption date is passed, c'est périmé. Like I promised to do something in less than a week, and now I just missed that opportunity and that occasion. So is there still a way to repair that missed occasion or opportunity?
Yes. Basically, like you said, it's perfect. On the pending vote, yeah, there's a way to nullify. You came just before and it's done. On the vote that already passed, the date has passed. We do have a tikkun for that. We'll see it next week in the French Limud about how to clean, to remove from your soul the trace of a non-hold vote. There's a certain number of fasting to do for that type of situation. Yeah, we know how to clean it. So you will have to fast and to do some other things to remove that punishment that is maybe on the way. So someone who is very awake, you say, I said I will do it on Wednesday evening. We are Shabbat. No, tomorrow I fast. Tomorrow I fast for the fixing of that sin. that I made a vow that I didn't hold. This is all the text of Kol Nidre. For all the things that we said that we didn't keep. And this is central because this is the first prayer of the holiest day of the Am Israel. Kol Nidre. All the vows. So you see that the power, the strength, the spine line of the people of Israel is with the relationship connected to the vows and the mouth. Yes, Rabbi Menetius.
I was about to say that. I was about to say that I think it's in somewhere in the Gemara there is the story of a woman who said to a gangster literally that she will only marry him if it's becoming a tzaddik. I don't know if it's in a. And they said, but over there they said that does she made a neder or no? And they said that since the guy, even if it's a big rasha, at the moment where he said that I want to marry you, I want to be a tzaddik in order to marry you, he was 100% honest. So it means literally she made a neder and she has to marry the guy. But the thing is like how if we think in this way, how is it possible to nullify a vow? Because literally at the moment, no matter what you do, but if you are sincere, it means that there is no way out of what you just said, literally. So it's possible that we nullify something that you were 100% agree, aware, and do like wish, like with how we say, willingly.
Yes, it's possible you have to call out a bet din and to explain that it's pending and you want to nullify. And the rabbi have to appreciate the topic. Generally, if it's only between you and Hashem, we can make it happen. But if someone was in the middle, let's say, like you said, like many parents, we don't pay attention. We have that cute baby boy. You say, keep your son for my daughter. You know that sentence? Every time I say that, I was going to say, please. Is it for sure? Is it for reality or you're just playing? Because if you're playing, you should not say it so loud because it can be considered like a vow. And if I don't understand, I don't want, your vow will be applied. And one day you don't know what will happen. Your daughter will be like this, and you say, he was cute when he was young, but now he's a strange guy. I don't want him. So now what do? You have to perform your vow. So basically, when someone is in the middle, we really need to check the condition, the situation. It's very hard in that topic to say a global situation. We have to go point by point by point by point to know what is going. That's why you have rabbi who are experts about that. Generally, they are good dayanim.
And last question, why stupid question, but if Yaakov was punished, sorry, I'm doing my West Indian guy. If Yaakov was punished, why did he have to fulfill what he said? You're already punished, so what is the?
It's like this. According to what we know, the time lost between the moment he put his steps and the moment he will be reminded by God, go and do your altar. These days, for someone of his level, and for anyone who really enjoyed, because we have to imagine what had HaKadosh Baruch Hu to do to save this man called Yaakov from Lavan all these years, not only him, but also the wives and the kids, and to let them come back with what they collect. And Lavan was a high level witchcraft. So Hashem did a lot of things. So when you do things like that, you have to know that every time you have the good side and the klipot, the shells of impurity, they are here every time to remind that Hashem have to use righteous dimension against the human being. And at that moment, that loss of days create the level of raping Dina.
Okay,
Like
so it
said,
means that if
yeah.
this it means literally that, sorry, I cut you, sorry. If
Oh,
it mean literally that if Yaakov didn't did anything, something else would happen, literally.
something
Something
worse.
bad would happen. Yeah, worse.
Worse. And it can be a collection. It can be this, and after that, and after this, and after that. So
Until it
yes,
completes, wow,
yes, or you nullify. But at this level,
would be difficult.
to
Okay, thanks.
nullify, maybe after the rape, you can have a reason to say, look, I paid a big price, I want to nullify. But even though Yaakov did what he said, you see, it's here you see the greatest, the mind of the great. You know, it's done. Okay, you took the virginity away from my daughter by letting this Shem ben Hamor raping her. Yes, I paid a very heavy price. I don't need to offer any korban. But when you're a man of speech, you say, no, 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 let me do it, even though. And he did well. He did well because he will succeed to fix the situation. And from the connection with Dinah and Shem ben Hamor, many things will happen. Many things, Bezrat Hashem. One day we will talk about that. So that's finished. And after I said, what I was saying basically just before is keep in mind that the lake, the fact that the Bantus, we don't have Shabbat, this is what brings us to use wrongly the power of our mouth. Because we forget about the tradition of our ancestors who used to coordinate their life according to the Mishnah. From Zrayim, Nashim, Moadim, Nashim, and Nezikim, Kedashim, Tarot. We had all this structure. That's why we were very powerful kingdoms. But we have been changed by the invaders. And we thought that no, now everything is okay. Everything is about grace. Okay, let's forget about what we have. That's why we see the result now. But the result, we use that power in a very wrong way. And in the other side, we have the same situation to analyze about our Ashkenazi and Sephardic real Israelite. They are keeping Shabbat on Saturday. Is this Shabbat? Even if the majority is doing like this. But today you have the knowledge to know and to study what was the tradition of your ancestors. This is all the mindset of Hanukkah. People are telling me, we don't understand why you, the chief rabbinate of Africa, you want to connect to Rabbi Nechemia ben Akane. He is a Tana, and what the Tana understand? I say, what's wrong with you? Isn't it written that you have to perform the tradition of your ancestor? Rabbi Nechemia ben Akane is not one of our ancestors. He's not one who wrote the oldest book of Halacha from the time of the Tanaim, from the time of the Knesset Agdola. So for me, when I have this book in front of me, I'm reading the tradition of my ancestor. And I don't want to do something that is against what my ancestor used to do. But you, even though you know that these books exist, You don't want to read it? I have a problem with you because you actually want not to keep what your ancestor used to do. If you stop or if you start your ancestor from Rambam, I have a problem with you. If you start your ancestor from Rashi, I have a problem with you. They are among, but they are not the elders or the oldest, let's say. You have a book of halacha from the one who was called the Rosh HaMekubalim, student of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, student also of Rabban Gamliel, who was the first generation of sages being built and framed by the prophets of Anshe Knesset Agdolah. Ezra was there. And you say that was what he is writing or saying, it's not Torah. Isn't it the tradition of your ancestors? Where is your Hanukkah? In Hanukkah, isn't it the purpose of the battle? To keep really straight and intact the tradition of our ancestor? Me, the whole book that I have from my ancestor called the Israelites is Torah Takane. I will do Torah Takane. Because the other books who are older, like Sefer Yetzirah, you don't have halachot inside. Here you have a whole book of halachot and minagim. And you don't want to keep it. You don't even want to see if what you are doing today is opposite. And when you go there, you say, look, the topic of Shabbat is discussed in the tractate called Moadim. What is the knowledge of the sage about Moadim, meaning solemnities, but Moadim? It's all about the moon phases. Why? Simple. How do you start the month? With the new moon. What is Rashi's first commentary of the Torah? Say, the Torah shouldn't have been starting with this. Bereshit, the Torah should have been started with, here is the way you sanctify the first month of the year. What is the sanctification of the first month? Is to say, what is the day one? So if I have the day one, I have the day seven. If the day one is the new moon, so the day seven will be the half moon. The next day seven will be the full moon. And the last seventh day, it will be the new moon. These are the 4 Shabbatot that our ancestors used to keep in the Torah. And these also are the 4 Shabbatot that my ancestors in the other side of the world, the Bantu Israelites, were keeping. So now you do Shabbat based on that connection called Judeo-Christianism. You took on your shoulder a calendar that called September. September comes from sept, which is 7. Put September on the 9th month. You give trust to a calendar who called August based on the fact that an emperor was called August. You give trust to a calendar that called November. November comes from known, which is 9. They put it on the 11th month. You trust a calendar that put the word of December, which is Deca, which is 10. They put it on the 12th month. You don't understand the topic here. The calendar has been made to switch you off from your connection to the holy, to the Ein Sof. And you say, we will do Shabbat on Saturday, while it's written in the Torah that Shabbat should be 7 days after. After what? After the first day. What is the first day? The first day of the month. That's why for them, Rosh Chodesh was Shabbat. That's why Rabbi will tell you, Yom Tov is a Shabbat where you are authorized to cook. But it's become Rosh Shabbat, Rosh Chodesh, please. please. That's why you have no power, no connection with the vows. You bring people to say it's asur, forbidden to do vows. Why? Because your Shabbat. You get it? Because your Shabbat are not Shabbatot. Hashem has pity because when the majority is doing on the day, yes, but you have that black guy, is very crazy, called Pinchas, Eliyahu. This guy, yeah, is taking Rabbi Nechunya. From the moment this guy opened his mouth and bringing books, you are tribe guys. We are obliged to open the topic in the Bet Din Shamayim. Yes. I want that topic to be open. Why? Because I see our people is empty of holiness. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. If someone can look me in the eyes today, say, I'm proud to be Jew because we are doing great, I would say, okay, give me the first thing great we are doing. Why? Because we fall in a trap. Like say the Kadosh. And I'll explain to you something in a few seconds. So it's like this. He said, he finished, say, וכמו שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, אמר השנה פרק זה, נדר גדול ונדר לאלוקים, לאלוקי ישראל, וידוע כי ענייני הקדושה כולם מכונים בשם שבת. You have to know that everything which is connected to holiness is connected to the name Shabbat. מפני שהם דברים השייכים לעולם, because they are things connected to the word, הנקרא Shabbat. What is the name of the word? Shabbat. ולכן עניינים הגופים, that's why now you will understand the topic to the body, מכונים בשם חול. It's connected to the name חול, meaning external. ולכן אמרו רבותינו ז"ל, that's why say our sages, יהיה דבריך של שבת כדבריך של חול. So bring your discussion of Shabbat to be, no, make basically the discussion of חול to be at the level of the discussion of Shabbat. Meaning be in the next word, in the Olam Abba, in the Atid Lavo, where Yom Shikulo Shabbat. Every day our Shabbat. To conclude, let me give you a secret. See this, what Rabbi Kadosh is saying. All this is just to build the conclusion of what we have seen now. One second. Shara Likutim, Rabbi Kadosh. To understand what I've just said before about Shabbat. Generally in English, I don't give the Chidushim, so I'm sorry for that things. And always it's the French limud that get everything. So now I have to rectify and to do something. Psukim, sharp Psukim. I'm trying to find. Okay. We have to see the secret of not keeping Shabbat on the according to tradition of our ancestor. Where is it? Where is it? Tu travailles chat, tu peux m'aider? Tu vois, j'ai mis une vidéo dans le groupe où je parlais de Shirachirim. Je crois la première
Oui, oui,
vidéo,
oui.
je suis en train de lire un passage. C'est le passage où on dit que les jours, le Tselem en fait, et les jours. Tu te rappelles?
Oui, oui,
Dis-moi juste
oui.
la page qui est là-bas. Je sais que c'est dans
Ok,
Shirachirim.
je vais voir ça.
Là-bas. Comme ça, je vous donne un secret. Like this, I give you a secret. One second. I was talking in French.
Là, j'ai Shin Lamed Chet, peut-être là-bas.
Dans quoi? On l'écoutime?
Oui, c'est faire l'écoutime.
Shin Lamed Het. תודה רבה רבינו. Shin Lamed Het.
Alors, ça parlait de. Oui, donc c'est vrai, c'est Shirachirim. Oui. Je vais juste revoir de nouveau la vidéo.
Shin Lamed. Ok, je suis presque. Shin Lamed Het. Ok, here it is. We got it. תודה רבה, צ'יפחה באישה מוסה. So look. Ok.
L'étude commençait à Shin Lamed Zayin, donc après. Ouais, détaché.
Okay, let's see. Here's the point why we are so crazy about that calendar where the Torah is old now. Calendar which is not calendar that our ancestors before 2,000 years used to keep. And this creating that. No Shabbat, no power in the mouth, no capacity to use the though like a tool, like a weapon. So look what it's saying here. Mhm.
C'est plus même Shin Lamed tête. Voilà. C'est là-bas où on parlait de Tselem, si je me trompe pas.
Je cherche juste la phrase que les Tselem, c'est les jours. Attends,
Oui.
Tselem.
Et
euh, Normalement, je suis sur cette page-là quand je suis en train de lire, je crois, dans la vidéo. Mais les autres, Tempirouche, Ishne, Pirouche Acher, Ani, Ishne. Ok, non, c'est pas là. Not here. נמצא אדם הראשון שחתם אפרש וכאשר נמשלמים אוקיי, on y est presque. We are almost there. גם תבין דיבושי אדם הראשון בסוד וזה תבין גם הנשמה המוחית פירוש חיצוני מזרח תרי"ג מצוות פירוש מצווה ומזה תבין מן המצוות העשי והלבושים נמצא כי הצלם אף על פי שהוא גרוע הוא מלבוש על כן להיות מוסר וירדים שמר הנשמה ובכל ידו חותם מוחין. זה אדם חוטא אמנם לעשות צעדים אחרי אור הנשמה והוא הסתומה. נמצא שהם לבוש הנשמה והוא רב הימים. Anyways, we get it. שין למד ח'. Here. See what Hakadosh is saying when he's explaining the secret of Tselem. It is the Tselem when we say that you are made at the image of God, not the image of God. You are made with the Tselem. What is the Tselem? Tzadik Lamed Mem. The Tzadik enter inside of your body, and the Lamed Mem, they are surrounding your body. What are them? They are lights which enters inside of the soul. It's the Tselem. Look what he said. Nimtza, it's found out now. Ki atzelem ou levush neshama or roa or nefesh. See like this. The tzelem is a clothing, is a dress inside of what the soul is dressed. Meaning, in that situation, the cup is the tzelem, is the image of God, and inside the coffee is my soul. Look what he said. Ve ayamim, and the days, em evarim vegidim selze alevush. I explain again. The days, they are the organs and the veins of that cloth, of the tzelem. If you ask to someone who is wise to explain that sentence, he will start to cry. He will say, that's why the son of Issachar, they have to be wise about reading time. I'm telling you, Rabbanim, the day we, Bnei Israel, we mixed our calendar with the Judeo-Christianity, we killed our spirituality. The day we start to keep Shabbat on Saturday, it was the first day of the last day. We are reading here that the image of God, what you think is the image of God, it's actually the day of the years. And the days of the years, they are the members and the organs and the veins of your tselem. And based on that, you don't want me to cry when I see people keeping Shabbat on Saturday. Ben Ishra is telling you, look, don't bring useless topic on Shabbat. Because when you do your Shabbat properly, you empower the strength of your mouth. And what happened? We have people telling to us everything is okay. The same people, just ask to them, what is a day? What are the days of the calendar? I bet no one will tell you that they are the members of the Tzelem. How many will tell you that? But don't think that when we take a topic on our shoulder, we take it with emotions. Don't think that we take a topic on our shoulder, we take it with by hazard. We know what we are doing. Basically, when you connect to an authentic calendar, what do? You fix the Tzelem. You fix the image of God inside of every Israelite soul. That's why we, Chief Rabbinate of Africa, we are working on another calendar. If you didn't know, you will see. We are working on another calendar based on the wisdom, the authentic wisdom of our sages. A calendar based on the transmission that we have from our parents and grandparents in our lands. A calendar that you will find out in the Congo tribes, a calendar you will find out in the Igbo tribes, a calendar with 13 months. Yes, Rabbi Matitus.
I just wanted to ask, can we do Shabbat like, is it mutar to do Shabbat on the real day? Like not doing any melacha? I know that don't do any melacha, it's okay. But if we want to do the kiddush, etc., etc.
That question, we should not answer about it in public now yet. Our purpose as Chief Rabbinate of Africa is to give that authentic Masorah to the Bantu Israelites who are reconnecting their soul to their spirituality. To tell them, look, like the grandfather used to do, yeah. On the day of the moon, he wasn't going to the field. Okay, like this. You see that day? Keep it. This is Shabbat. This is the only way to start. Why? On the other hand, we don't want our brothers to be considered like sinners. If I say yes to your question, and I know I have the right to say yes, and tomorrow all the Chief Rabbinate of Africa start to light the candle of Shabbat on the day of the moon, we will put under dinim millions of Jews. But this is not Ahava, this is not love. But the others who didn't enter the program made by Constantine, the emperor, the imperator, they deserve that light. They deserve that first place. They deserve it. We are working to have our country where we will do that like that. The day we'll have the countries that we are targeting in our hands, that day it will be a global rule. But every time I'm outside, I'm connected with my Ashkenazi and Sephardi brother, I think about not bringing dinim on their head. But
Supposed to be
because I'm also connected to my brothers in Africa, I give to them all the tools, all the best, because that tools I talk with my Ashkenazi and Sephardi brother, they don't care, right? They don't care. So let's give it to the one who care. And we'll
Yeah.
see the life of the ancestors in that way to keep it.
But
Yes.
it's supposed
Chief Rabbi?
it's supposed to be okay to do it, because I learned actually last Wednesday that when the halacha is not, I would say, when it's not 100%, like when there is a safek, like where there is space to discussion, you can do more or less whatever you want. It's like, for instance, as long as it's not clearly state that that Shabbat is Shabbat is the seventh day, for instance. Clearly, that seventh day from the new moon. If you count 7 day, like they say, if you lost in the desert, you can count 7 day from the day one that you notice that you lost. So actually, it means that you can do something without putting other people under the name, no? Because for
No,
them, it's like
not in
this.
that
For them,
case.
they say, okay, no, but
No, because to count 7 day Ramadan, you have to be lost in the desert. The
they are
fact
lost in
that this is the problem. The fact that this is the halacha used to say it's okay, we count 7, Hashem will receive it like Shabbat, like I said before. Because of this black guy who is screaming everywhere that Shabbat is on the moon based on Nehunya, suddenly the topic have to be studied seriously. Why? Because someone took a book and is teaching it for 3 years now. And every single month is giving Chidushim on it. And you have Bantus, Israelites who are coming back, who are starting to keep Shabbat on that days. What we are doing, it's not Safek, it's Emet. So even the protection that the Safek can offer to you is not standing at all. Because we get the example from the Pshat of the Halacha, Chumash, to the sword. That's why I'm saying, in that case, because we study that case, we are expert. We should not make it general in that configuration. It will create dinim against our brother because the Talmud Bavli mixed up their head too much. We go straight, Yerushalmi. When is Shabbat? Where is the topic of Shabbat? Moadim. What is Moadim? Moon cycle. What is the first day of the month? New moon. Next day. Second day. Seventh day. Half moon. That's it. Instead of giving power to Saturn on Saturday, give power to the moon, the Shekhinah, representing the Shekhinah. You don't understand what's happened? They are changing your tzelem. That's why at the end of the day, you pee with your tefillin on, and you are in Jerusalem. That's why at the end of the day, you make your shchita in Brazil, and no one who's doing the shchita is Jew. Everybody is something else. That's why you're not able even to bring kosher to be accessible to everybody. You make it so expensive. You bring the truth to be expensive for people. You give no example of nobility to the world. People are obliged to say that you are killers, you commit genocide, and this is not bringing you to say, something is wrong about what we are representing. You put on the head of your people who don't care about Kippah, don't care about this, what to do army, having an army who raped people. This is what to be Jew. Why? Because they took you Tselem. That's why when you sing, there's no swing, there's no goosebump, there's nothing. That's why you need to put all the instruments to feel that there's nothing. Remove the instruments, stay a cappella, sing. and make me cry. Nothing happened. Do the Torah of Sot now. Don't do, wait 40, you will die. Ah, okay. No Tselem. Why? Because for more than 1,600 years, you are keeping a false calendar that is taking your holiness and sending it to another place. Rabbi Shai, before you, Rabbi Eden.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you. It's powerful what you're sharing there. It's really, really heavy and powerful and enlightening. And just a general comment on the what you shared, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like everybody's striving and struggling to establish the Malchut. But to consider that you can establish the Malchut being disconnected from the Keter is pure nonsense. So this is what I get from what your
Toda Rabba, Toda Rabba. This is that, exactly. The Mashiach you want to bring, it will be with a false Tselem. Don't bring it now, it will be wrong. That's why people don't want your temple. They don't want that temple. You don't see. They don't want your temple. So how can you be proud? Yes, Chief Rabbi Yishai Moshe.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
I have one question. If now an individual wants to perform the real Shabbat, is there an aspect of bringing a sort of a kind of dinim on the klal, or because he's taking it for himself,
No, it's okay.
Okay.
When it's individual and private on your corner, not on camera on YouTube.
Okay.
I said to Rabbi Emmanuel before, I said, look, I cannot answer to that question purely because I have so much consideration for my brothers. They helped me to find this Torah. They brought me in. They keep all this book intact. So it's even not a question. The Akarat Tov, like say Rabbi Emmanuel in the discussion that I have for the Ashkenazim and the Sfaradim, it's not even the question. It's because of this Akarat Tov that I'm screaming, guys, open your eyes. You see the name of that light called Telem, which is the days of, this is also from that light that Nebuchadnezzar made a false Telem. What is a false Telem? It's a false statute. It's Navodah Zarah. They were putting a paper in their mouth and he was starting to talk. This is another false Mashiach that is prepared when you change the calendar. And you get it only by reading the Ben Ishai from the laws of those. That's why many times I say, if people come and say Mashiach is coming after the fall of Bashar Assad, say, guys, please, please. I understand that with the Tselem that you deal with, you can only see it like salvation. But we are awaked. We need to give to our brothers who were disconsidered from Africa to West Indies to South America, the real way to do it, and this will empower the global people. This is from them that the Gemara will start. It's not me. It's written in the book of Ishayahu, Parashat Shoftim, Haftarah, Shoftim. It said they are, this one we call the lost tribe, they are the only reason why Hashem will finish the story. Why? Because to them, tools should be authentic tools, not tools adapted by corruption, politics, and so on. Yes, Rabbi Moshe.
Chief Rabbi, I want to say publicly thank you. The world is about to be deceived, is being deceived right now, and only those who are open to learn from teachings like yours will be able to be enlightened and don't be deceived by the sound effects, the visual effects, the whatever is about to happen is already happening in the US. And there are many quick interpretations of choices of government, choices of nature, and the key is definitely the calendar, because we've been deceived all these years. And I want to say thank you, because and the reason why I want to say thank you really is because it's a privilege to be here right now in this class under you, because knowledge is power, and for the lack of knowledge many shall be deceived and even be hurt, and hurt their families, thinking they are going in the right direction due to tradition, not due to knowledge. And I thank you for taking the time uh, to go beyond the tradition, go beyond what is customary to go, with the goal of bringing salvation to all of us, redemption. And that's what we need, especially our people uh, spread all over the world. Myself, born in Brazil, as an African descent, who doesn't say Afro, but I say African. I don't say Afro, I say African, who is a very strong uh, uh, seeker and follower of Hashem and the Torah. And I'm very thankful for this day. And I think today marks a day of a new beginning for all of us who choose to not only intellectualize, but to also apply and learn and humble ourselves to the teaching. Thank you.
Rabbi Moshe, it's a it's a teamwork, team mission, and the purpose really is a deep, deep, deep love for everybody, from Israelite and to non-Israelite. When we talk about tikkun olam, people talk about tikkun olam, fixing the world. We need to be at that level. Thank you for your words. Thank you very much. And I know that all the one we are here, you will bring it higher than what I revealed to you. But let me just conclude the last sentence. I will translate. I will even not need to comment, and you will cry. Look what he said. He said like this. Yes, Titus, before conclusion.
Just wanted to add, actually, it's not funny, but it's funny, is that for other people, it's going to be really difficult to learn, because actually, the one that said that have Eved Avodah Zarah, that means us, literally, is like, it's impossible to learn a truth from somebody that you consider as an Eved Avodah Zarah.
Exactly.
And it's crazy because everything that we call Avodah Zarah nowadays are connected to time, astrology, astronomy, etc., 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 etc. But the one in the truth, they don't even know what a planet is. It's like, it's impossible. Mamash, it's impossible to connect. It's like, Bezrat Hashem, but I don't know how we're going to do. But
It's hard.
yeah.
I will give you an example. This afternoon, I had to. Generally, I like to stay alone and do my stuff on my corner. But sometimes you have no choice. You have to go to pick up the kids, and you are in the community. And there's a guy, a tzaddik, he's calling people to make a minyan for mincha. Generally, when I see that situation, I run away. But I was trapped because I needed to buy talit katan for someone. So I was in the store. The plan was to do minyan at the end of the store. I tried to fake to be on the phone. I was like this, listening my listening to that. Because we know how it's happened. We will understand. So the boss of the store was calling people for minyan came to me and said, "Please, can I ask you a question?" I said, "No problem." I said, "Sorry, it's a delicate question." I said, "No problem." He said, he doesn't know my story at all. Huh? Doesn't know me, I don't know him, but I know he's the boss of the store. He said, I have a very delicate question. Say, who did convert you? I said that's a strange way to introduce to each other. This is your first question you want to ask to me? He said, no, I'm very, please, I want to know who did your conversion. I said, why do you suppose that I'm a convert? I start to be reddish a bit. I said, you know what? Because I see that you want to make you minyan, I was converted just here by the Diane Marciano. Ah, it's my cousin. Sure, it's your cousin. She call him now. I said, call him. He's the Diane chief judge of the conversion bedin, right? He said, yeah, if you call him. He called Rabbi Marciano. He said, do you know this guy? What's it, Rabbi Marciano? I say, you call him this guy? Like this, you talk to the one we are so proud, who is now dealing with all the chief rabbinate of Africa, the chief rabbi of Africa. Rabbi Pinchas, how are you? He said, you're rabbi. I said, seems to be. He said, did I hear that you're the chief rabbi of Africa? I said, seems to be. He said, I'm sorry for my question. I said, seems to be. Did the minyan. I was thinking there, I said, it will never stop. Like you said, it's very hard. I said, a voice in my heart said, it will never stop. Why are you losing your time here? Meaning, be in Africa 100% of your time. And after I said, now, yes, of course. But we have Bantu Israelites in Paris also, we have to deal with them. But like you said, Rabbi Emmanuel, it will never stop. It's like that. We need a whole new generation. It will take time. Yes, Rabbi Eden.
Yeah, I think it might stop now that we are intervening in that business. But there's maybe another subject opening there, and I'm always talking under your control. But when Africa is gonna free up from its external dominions, and that means the white dominion is gonna fall, then the Bantu brothers that went in Europe and mixed up with white people and went up in the Eastern world and mixed up with Arab people, they will be able to add knowledge, their African inheritance.
You're right. You're right. I don't need to say I agree. You're right, because the only way to show to someone that you need the medicine is to be a doctor and to tell him you're sick. So how do you become a doctor? Become a free worker, independent. So we conclude. Look what Arya Kadosh is saying. The words just are just enough by themselves. So he said that the Tselem, the days of the calendar, they are the members, the organs, and the veins of the Tselem, like it's written in the Zohar, Parashat Tazria. Look what he said. Ba'u Tselem. So inside of the Tselem, Ishtatfu Yom Davar. The days are collected. Okay, we get it. He basically quote the Zohar where it was written. וכמו שעברי הנשמה עצמה הם מתחלקים ובאים בגלגול כל אחד בזמנו. I repeat. He said, like you know, what is reincarnation? You take the system of what is inside the telem, we call it neshama, the soul. You see, what is reincarnation? In the soul, we have members. Some of us, our soul are the eyes of Adam Arishon. Some of us are the arm, the legs. You say, you know what? The reincarnation of the souls of men are made from the members of the soul itself. Also, you have to know that the days of the telling, they also come in reincarnations. What is what they said? The days can be reincarnated in human beings. Look, he's finished. בסוד ניצוץ, כדמדליק נר מנר, כנודע. That's the secret. If I bring you to keep a wrong, if I bring you to perform your holiest mitzvah, kiddush, limud Torah, seudot, on a day which is not the day we're supposed to keep, or which is not the day your ancestor used to keep, that day, at a certain time, when it will be fulfilled by sparks of holiness in the level of time, the time will also create a human being that will be a reincarnation of some of days. Think about it, and we talk next week. ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן. תודה רבה, רבנים. תודה רבה, צדיקים. תודה רבה to all of you. It was a pleasure to exchange. תודה רבה רבה. Tomorrow, the French Limud, we will try to get the topic from another angle because we have to do Chidushim every day. We cannot repeat the same Limud. So, Bezrat Hashem. תודה רבה to you. Let me see if we have any commentaries. תודה רבה. תודה רבה לכולם. רבי אליושיב, תודה רבה רבי עמנואל, תודה רבה רבנו עדן, תודה רבה רבי קטרין, תודה רבה רבנית הדס, תודה רבה רבי דידל,
תודה רבה, רבינו.
תודה רבה
Love you.
רבי וולף.
Moi, j'avais une petite
So
question.
I'm gonna have to join the French.
You
Limud.
have to.
Ram, I have a question.
Yeah.
It's when we do the before the mikveh, right? The Dayanim, they ask you, are you sure you want to take upon you the mitzvot, etc., 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 etc.? Are we making a neder, or is just how do you call the other
Yes,
one?
it's a vow, it's a neder, yes. It's a
But
neder.
how can we do a vow, knowing that we are not Jews yet, literally, because it's before the mikveh?
No, because your soul is already Israelite. That's why we say a convert is not a goy. A convert is a nefesh hager. A nefesh hager is not a goy. You are born with Israelite souls that need to be connected after to at the level of the body. You have never been a goy. So all the time you have been asked to perform an avera on Shabbat, it was a big mistake.
But the thing is, like, when it literally, but it literally means that we are supposed to do Torah mitzvot right away after the neder, for sure.
Yeah,
But the thing is,
yeah.
like, how do we consider people that are quitting, how to say, that are leaving the path? I would say, go out of the derer, it's better. But just after
the one who used to be convert or not?
the one, there is actually, like, as you mentioned it, I'm gonna mention it too. But Marciano, for instance, I started with him like 10 or 11 years ago, and you know, when you first wrote the first letter, they always answer back with, conversion, something serious, is not for money. I don't know why they put that anyway, but it's not for money, etc., right? But the thing is, like, he explained me once that there is, back in the day, there were a lot of people who get convert, and after the mikveh, they just get married with the wife they want, and they do nothing. So how do we consider this case actually?
The vow, the neder you are taking is not for the Jewish community. It's you and Hashem. You say to Hashem, I will put a yoke of your mitzvot on my shoulder. Based on that, Talmud Yerushalmi said, and Rabbi Yehuda will confirm it, the convert is higher than the Jewish born, because the convert know that his covenant has been made him being alive. The Jew who was born Jew, you never know what was the past of your parents if they didn't disconnect a moment from the Torah. So normally, what Ari Kadosh let us understand is that every single Jew who was born Jew have to crave, to pray to God the Nefesh Ager, to bring it down inside of him, to renew that covenant. So basically, in a normal world, every single Jew have to pass through conversion, exactly like we made in Egypt, to renew that alliance. So basically, we, in that case, we are not a specific case. We will be just very normal way. So about that though, if you take that though and you go exit from that door, you will be punished because it was a neder made between you and Hashem. And you say, I will keep it. You don't keep it. Put yourself in problem.
But there's a joke card. The thing is, we say, no, for real, it's like, as I think everybody know, but as the Jewish word say, there is no teshuvah for a guy, there is no teshuvah, right? So they say, since we are Jew, since the person is Jew, right? Even if he's not doing the Torah mitzvot, he still has a chance to do teshuvah.
That's why we say thank you. Like this, we can apply the same thing for the brothers, Bantus who are Israelite. Even if they were not Israelite, in America, Tinok Shenishba, in Africa, they had all the concept of Tinok Shenishba also, but also they are Israelites. So at any time, they can come back. Kal vachomer.
Yeah, but it literally mean that how can we be punished if we have the teshuvah?
You will be punished according to what you live, but the teshuvah will stop the punishment. If you are with Israelites, if you are not been punished, you stop to do the Torah, you create all movement. You create this movement, that movement, where you mix your things and you're okay. It's revealing some truth. You are not Israelite. We left with the Bantu Israel, we left the tradition of our ancestors. I think we can say that we are beaten, collectively and individually. You can be the chief rabbi, you can overply, we ask you, who did your conversion? You said this. Okay. Because we don't have time. I would say, no, take your Gemara, let's have a seat and study a bit. That will have maybe give an answer through study. It was the best way to react. So no. We just want to say the most intelligent thing to do is to give to the Bantu Israelite all the tools. The rest will follow, will be opposition, but at the end of the day, no one can contest that we are giving the tools that can really bring Torah to be adapted to the new challenges. Because tomorrow people are be ready to celebrate a new religion of the AI God. You know, we have the concept of create a new religion of AI. With that, AI with your days, your calendar, you tell him what will you do. The AI is asking to everything you want. You want this halakha, boom, you have the information. And based on what the Gemara tells you, Mashiach has all the answers. So we know what we are building. He's coming, the first Mashiach, don't worry. You will see it soon. תודה רבה, רבנים. merci, Frère Zohar.
Based on what you said and your experience as at the place that you went, believe me, this is why I'm always bothered, and I say that, respectfully. I'm always bothered when I see a Black Jew try to imitate, even take the clothing and even start behaving like, people from the other side. It bothered me so much because I said, my brother, you should know how they talk about you. They think you're hiding something. They think you're not proud of who you are. And many of them, and he knows if he's watching, he knows who he is. Many of them, they think when they go to the mikveh, their color change and their DNA change. That's why they say, I'm not Jew, I'm Timani. He knows who he is. He thinks his color changes. I know we have a lot of those here.
Oh, the Aisha rabbi.
I have
him
no
so much. He
patience.
came back today, first thing beef. Starts
I have no patience. All of them.
Oh
They
my
did
God.
the 39 lashes.
Shalom, shalom, Chief Rabbi Zohar.
Chief
Welcome
Rabbi
back.
Zohar, I love you.
I love you
Okay.
too. We
You
should,
have to
we
understand
should
something.
connect.
We have to
Chief
say.
Rabbi, that's why they stay in Ashkenazi shul.
No, but I think people have to understand something really important. Is like when you start, you have no hook literally. So I think people are taking the easiest path, or not the easiest path. Like you're following your Rav literally. For instance, my Rav told me that you're getting to stuff like hoodies, etc., etc.
Yeah.
They will never ever tell you Git Shabbos if you're walking like this in the street. So after you start to wear in Bekishas, etc., etc., and talking the same way, like Git Shabbos, speaking a little bit of Yiddish, etc., etc., etc. But once you're part of the group, you see, actually, you need that to be part of the group and to know who you're talking with, literally. This is the point. But once you know, I agree with Rabbi Zohar that you have to,
Find your identity.
know who you are.
I have always something I've always said, especially to young men and young women that always come in my Shabbat table back in Yerushalayim. For example, let's start with the young girls. And say, yeah, my rabbi this, my rabbi that. And then suddenly I said, how old are you? Okay, I'm 21. Your rabbi, does he have a son? Yes, how old is he? Yes, he's about 22, 24. I said, you're a young girl. Your rabbi is supposed to see you like a daughter, a son. Because imagine you're molding a person to spirituality. That means you're responsible for them from A to Z. If that rabbi has a kid your age and he's not mentioning to the shidduch, I said that's not your rabbi. If that rabbi, for all the girls that are here too, if you have a rabbi who has a son your age or a daughter your age, vice versa, and they're not referring you, as a shidduch, you're not the first on top of the line, change that rabbi.
Rabbi Zohar, we all know the truth. Oh, we will seek for you that black lady or that black convert. Oh, we're gonna try to see if there's no one handicap with some handicap who need to be married. We'll be offered. I have someone who called me telling me that you have been bullied, you have been insulted, fake fights have been said on him because he made the mistake to refuse to marry the daughter of a rabbi who was very handicapped, with all these things. He refused since that day that rabbi made his life bitter. Till we come in and we basically, like say, Rabbi, when you say, we're rabbis, yes, but we have hoodies. We are not rabbis with Bedeke, with all these things. We are rabbis of the street. So you see what you're doing to our brothers. We can make you regret that. Because after my mikveh, I'm still black. I still have nephews. I still have uncles. If you make problem like that, till someone, the guy was an old man, 75 years old, was crying like a baby, said, since 20 years, I'm living my Judaism. Like, why? Because I refuse to marry the handicapped daughter of the rabbi. So suddenly when the rabbi saw that, I'm not joking. I say, look, we all Nusar Afriki. If I need, first of all, to put your IDs on place, and that should be made with lashes or hook, I will hook you normal. This is mitzvah deoraita to help you to stand the right way. He said, I said, yes, I have no problem. I say, okay, no problem, I will stop to it. This is what we need to do to show a face of what we don't like to show, just to get a simple behavior of respect. Why do you offer to a black man convert to marry? It was more than 50 at that moment. To marry your daughter of 20 years, totally handicapped on a chair, not able to talk. And because he refused, and you were training him to convert, you start to show to him who's the boss. Please.
It's supposed to be an honor,
Bezrat
you're gonna say.
Hashem.
It's an honor that you have the daughter of the Rav.
It's a new
It's,
generation now. It's a new.
the-
Over here in America, we have no time, no patience. It's a new generation.
yeah, same thing here. Actually, my Rav, when I finished the Giyur, in the neighborhood, the day of my mikveh, I was literally on every single woman for Shidur. And this is why I really love my Rav in Montreal. But I know that other people that are not even black, they are like more Arabs or something like that, they propose only Gerim or non-functional people, and let's call them like this. But I think it's your and your chance. I don't know. I don't like to say lucky if you're lucky or not, but like if you're lucky and you choose the right Rav, your process is really smooth. Let's say it's your and your luck. Unfortunately, nowadays it's really difficult. But my Rav,
Yes, Hashem.
my Rav is in the Giyur since I think his family, even in France, all his family is in the Giyur stuff like 20 or 30 years, something like this. He's one of the first to create all the let's say the kashrut in Montreal, etc., etc. So it's really a good person. But I know other people are not like this. So Baruch Hashem, I was lucky, and I'm lucky to know you too. So Baruch Hashem, I'm not gonna complain. Baruch Hashem.
Toda Rabba for all your commentary. Just to finish and to answer to some question on YouTube, someone named Informed. You have to know that all the African Jewish community collected, they were about 120 association movement of Torah decided to create the Chief Rabbinate of Africa and to nominate a committee. This is how we make our life. So if you are not informed, because maybe you spend a lot of time in the Chulent, in all these things, but you are not in Africa with the Africans who practice Torah. You are maybe more in Breslev, maybe more in Lubavitch, maybe more in some other rabbis. So if you're not informed, learn to be informed. You have internet, you have Google. Google all the names and you will see who is who. You are on our channel, you can go on the channel and see what we teach. And Bezrat Hashem, if you have questions, we will be able to answer back to your question. תודה רבה. תודה רבה to everybody on YouTube and Facebook. תודה רבה to Rabbi Zuko Mwewu, Rabbi Teflon, תודה רבה to Jod Flint, Rabbi Benjamin, תודה רבה רבה to all of you, תודה רבה רבי ישראל חיים פונדול, תודה רבה. לילה טוב to all of you, Shabbat Shalom for the English speakers, and see you tomorrow for the French speakers. ברוך אדוני.
תודה רבה.
אמן.
תודה רבה, רבי.
לילה
תודה
טוב.
רבה. לילה טוב.
Lala Tov, Toda Rabba, Rabbi.
לילה טוב, ביי. ביי.
אותו